It must be one of the worst kept secrets in football. Timo Werner would like to sign for Liverpool. You can go back as far as June 2018 for the first time the Red Bull Leipzig striker started making overtures to Jurgen Klopp. Back then, after seeing his teammates make the move to Anfield, Werner said, "To become a world-class player, I probably have to play at club level for an even better team. Naby Keita has not become world-class with us, he may now be with Liverpool." But it was at the start of this year that Werner started dropping bigger hints. On February 3rd, he talked of his admiration of the Premier League before going further on February 19th and 20th when he called Liverpool the best team in the world and spoke of how proud he was to be linked with the Reds before labelling Jurgen Klopp as the best coach in the world. Since then, silence understandably, given the suspension of the Bundesliga, Premier League and most competitions around the world. The coronavirus crisis does throw into question what state the transfer market will be in when football does return. It will, at least for the top clubs, become more of a buyer's market, and rather than looking to cash in on any of their star names, Liverpool are expected to be far busier with incomings during the next transfer window than 12 months ago. Klopp, Michael Edwards and the recruitment team will already have their targets, and work will have begun towards acquiring reinforcements. Klopp is a known admirer of Werner, and on February 28th this year, he was asked directly about the comments made by his compatriot when he said, "We have nothing to say about it really, but I prefer that when players speak about us they are positive rather than saying, that is the last club that I would ever go to." But the question Klopp and Edwards must now answer, where would the German international fit into a forward unit that is arguably the best in world football? Werner's stats alone suggest he could. He scored 27 goals in all competitions this season, also assisting 12, with a scoring contribution registered every 72.6 minutes. The majority of those goals and assists have come when playing through the middle as part of a strike pairing. Despite that, Werner has a tendency to drift towards the left of the pitch, as captured by his Bundesliga heat map you can see on the screen now. The 24-year-old is right-footed, meaning that once drifting to the left, he's able to cut inside onto his favourite foot before finishing, as captured by his open play shot map on the screen now. And when you consider Werner's remarkable pace and acceleration, it becomes clear that he's the perfect heir to Sadio Mane's throne. Interestingly, Werner could also operate as Roberto Firmino, although it's likely that he'd interpret the role somewhat differently due to his skills in comparison to the Brazilian. Firmino retreats into midfield, offers a glue of sorts in the final third, and is mostly responsible for providing a link high up the field. Werner could certainly play as a number 9 for Liverpool, but it's unrealistic to expect him to drop as deep frequently as Firmino does, as he's best when encouraged to dart in behind using that speed of his. However, he does appear capable when tasked with knitting things together, admitting earlier this year that I'm almost playing as an attacking midfielder. But it's fair to suggest that Werner would not be suited to performing Mohamed Salah's customary role, mostly because the Egyptian is left-footed, allowing him to drive towards goal from the right before finding the net. A right-footed player in the mould of Werner, on the other hand, would be naturally inclined to run towards the byline or the corner flag in the same situation. So what if Klopp was to consider a change in formation? According to the Liverpool manager, 4-3-3 is clearly the most effective system for his current group of players. But if Werner was to be added to the squad, that could change. The former Stuttgart striker may simply prove too good to act as a rotation option for Mane or Firmino, whereby he eventually forces his way into Klopp's starting lineup. Mane, Firmino and Salah are unlikely to be displaced, so perhaps a central midfielder would make way, allowing the Reds to adopt a 4-2-3-1 shape. Theoretically, Klopp could then have a midfield pairing of Fabinho and Jordan Henderson, for example, with 4 players ahead of them in Mane, Firmino, Salah and Werner. Ultimately, Werner's signing will permit Liverpool to showcase even more variety and fluidity than is currently witnessed. Klopp would possess the necessary tools to truly switch things up in attack when required, with 4 elite performers at his disposal, each of whom is versatile enough to rotate with others depending on the task at hand. The Reds are already extremely unpredictable in offensive areas, but Werner's addition would signal an evolution to the next level.